Welcome back to Rich Hatch Homes, where our goal is to provide you value as your Iowa City real estate experts. I'm Tommy.schorer.
And I'm Rich Hatch.
And today we're going to talk to you about getting your house ready for listing in the spring. If you're planning on selling in the springtime, we're going to give you some 5 great things to be doing and thinking about as you look towards that process. But before we get too far involved in it, don't forget to push that like button, follow, subscribe, all the things on the different platforms so you can make sure to catch all of our Rich Hatch Homes videos. But all right, Rich, let's jump into it. What is the first thing people should be doing this time of year if they're thinking of listing their house in the springtime?
It is a good time to call a pro. And for a pro, a realtor would be a great option for you. First of all, they're free to just have them come, take a look at the house, give you a professional opinion about maybe something that could be done to the house that would be inexpensive, but could have a lot of impact in as far as getting the house ready to sell.
Absolutely. Just developing a plan for if you're thinking about listing your house in the spring. When in the spring? You know, because it's a few months that spring season is. Sometimes it's shorter in Iowa than other times, but when are you thinking of listing your house, and how does that impact the different steps getting things ready?
Absolutely. You got to be thinking about, when you're going to sell, what time of year are you really planning to have that closing date happen? Where, all your plans, all those things is very important in the whole process that we're talking about, for sure.
Yeah. The next thing to be thinking about is paint. So you live in a house, you have kids, you have pets, you yourselves, walls get dinged up, trim gets dirty. Things happen when you live in houses. So something that you can spend some time on in the winter to prepare your house for listing in the spring is paint. Check your rooms, like I mentioned before, the trim and around door handles and walkways and things like that. Where are areas that you can touch up paint, do a complete repaint? Maybe you've got some bright colors you want to make a little more neutral, or some dirty spots you want to get cleaned up, just to give them rooms and different spaces in the house that fresh, appealing look to buyers as they're coming through.
Yeah, absolutely. A nice paint, clean look, and it will keep it. You'll update it as well. So I think that's kind of what you're getting
Absolutely.
at. Yeah, and I would say the third thing, Tommy, would be, again, it's a little bit back to that planning stage. You might not be able to start doing any type of yard work at this time of year, but you can start planning for what type of landscaping you want to do. So maybe, planting a tree would really help bring the yard together, or maybe it's removing some bushes. So you can start making a plan, going around with the house with your realtor, discussing if there's anything that needs to be done. Maybe it's just putting down some fresh mulch. So those are all things that maybe you don't necessarily want to start doing at this time, but you can make the plan for it.
And if you need to hire out some of that work, depending on what it is, those landscaping companies, that's their time to schedule what their spring work is going to be like. They schedule that during the winter to get going again right when the spring thaw happens.
It's possible. There's a nice day or two in the wintertime, they can do it then as well. And they should be available.
Yeah, absolutely. So, and I talked a couple points ago about paint and freshening things up. That's not just on the walls. And our fourth thing to consider as you're looking towards listing your house in the spring is look at your carpets, look at your rugs. Are they worn down? Has the carpet been there for a number of years and just normal traffic in everyday living has run it down or gotten it a little dirty? What are spots that you can either have a good deep cleaning of that carpet, or make a plan to replace it entirely, get some fresh new stuff in there that, again, freshens up that house, gives it an updated look, and is more appealing to potential buyers that are coming through.
Absolutely. And this is, again, where your realtor can be so handy, is that hopefully they have some good contacts for who can clean your carpet, who can do some of these tasks for you, even when it comes to things like painting, if you don't want to take it on, or landscaping, whatever it might be. So absolutely. And then last but not least is what I like to, some people would call the jewelry of the home. That would be like your light fixtures. maybe you can do a couple switches here and there on some of the light fixtures that are maybe a little dated, maybe a little, the style isn't quite in anymore, and you can go to a more widely accepted this time and one that's more trending. So, think about those type of things that you can do. Again, your realtor should help you with that and make some of those decisions with you. Another place that you can maybe make a few changes that would be not super expensive might be changing out like a faucet in one of your sinks or something along those lines, where you are making an improvement, making the jewelry of that bathroom or that kitchen just look a little bit more sparkly, and bring that room together.
Yeah, and Rich, all these things are simple concepts, but a lot of time it's great to have that meeting with the pro like we talked about, to bounce ideas, get some direction. And as we mentioned at the beginning of this video, if you're thinking of listing in the spring, now is the time to get going on that process, because it can take some time. And depending on what your goals are for timing that you discuss with your realtor and things like that, you want to be ready to go and use this time to your advantage when there's not a ton going on in the housing market. But this is really the best time to plan and prepare for the spring market and get things ready to go.
And Tommy, we're ready to help you out. Give Tommy or myself a call, and we can be at your house and be going over these things with you, and we'd love to make a plan with you.
Thanks for watching Rich Hatch Homes. Don't forget to subscribe.